What's up? What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. It is cold, and I mean cold. It is like 22 degrees cold here. I know it's not like Cowboys up north or Ava up in Alaska. I know y'all got the real deal when it comes to cold. I'm just a little whiny little, okay, but still, it's cold. It usually doesn't get cold and stay cold like this with us. Usually get a day or two, and then the next day it's like 50, 60 degrees. We ain't seen those temperatures in a while. Just got finished going by my parents' house. You know, I've been using my machine, and I took them the piece I made from them, and I got to put that together for a video. It is so cute to see the expressions on their face when they saw the piece of work. And my mom pulled out, I forgot. Now, you've seen the pickup truck that I have that I made 30 years ago. I forgot I used to make toy airplanes too. So I got like a P-51 Mustang. I've got an F-18, an F-15, and Spirit of St. Louis, and she still has all of them. The colors actually move. It's kind of crazy. But anyway, I know Cowboy fans, I know we are disappointed, disgruntled, just mad as hell about the season that ended up the way it did. You know, we feel cheated that tomorrow we're not playing, and I know it sucks. It's terrible. It's been 26 years and one day since the last time we played the Super Bowl, and that's atrocious. But I tell you, going to this off season, I feel better now today than I did even a week ago, because I feel like as much as everybody wants change, just fire them, get rid of them. You can't just keep turning over and over and over and over again. Jason Garrett, 10 years is more than enough time. But we've only had 2 years and 2 opportunities for Mike McCarthy. We did see a major improvement on our defense, and at times we saw major improvement on our offense. We're not that far away from being able to really get there. If we can have an off season like we did last year, let's say, you know, we got a lot of pieces that worked out great. The draft, getting Micah Parsons was great. You know, we believe that we saw pieces that we have yet to really scratch the surface with like Jabril Cox. You know, his season was shortened. You know, we don't know how he's going to be. You know, Boss Man Fat, he's going to be hopefully doing, maybe not as good as Diggs did this year. And Micah Parsons, now that, you know, he's unscathed in the season, he's got that hunger, is becoming that leader. These guys should be able to take another step next year. And you think about players like Goldston or OC that are on the defense that just are beginning. Some of these older guys are going to be getting out of the way, and they're going to be able to start coming up and getting better. And if we can have a decent draft again, and here's where, you know, I know they put us outside the top 10 in the draft, but you really can't judge a draft the first year. You can look at Washington's draft of 2012, the first year, and say, well, RG3, they're set at quarterback for the next 15 years. But it looked a lot different a couple of years down the road. We got a lot of valuable minutes with young guys last year. And I think if we can get a draft that's similar to that, where we're able to get some pieces, if we can get, you know, a few pieces on the offensive line and get that 300-pound plus guy that's that run stuff in the middle, the defense will be better. But more than anything else, I'm actually glad that we're keeping the coaching staff together for the most part with Dan Quinn. I don't know if Joe Witt gets a job elsewhere, but I want to see what this defensive group of coaches are able to do the second year about getting these guys to take the next step, to start learning some of the subtleties of the defense. It takes years to really and truly master it. And as hard as we are on Kellen Moore, the Cowboys offense, you had Dak Prescott, 37 TDs. It's Cowboys record. as bad as Zeke was, he still was a 1,000-yard rusher, even with a torn PCL. You look at Tony Pollard and you say, if we can get some holes and he can get over the plantar fasciitis, he's capable. There's a lot of potential that's right here with the Dallas Cowboys. And right now, I hope that they're already working on the master plan, because they don't really have much time to make decisions. And if we were to go ahead and say, Mike McCarthy, you're out of here, and Sean Payton's coming in here, and then we have the upheaval of all the assistant coaches and, getting those guys out and things, it stunts you, it puts you behind the 8 ball. And what we want to do is we want to hit this off season with the ground running, because we do know that the clock is running on a lot of the players that we have, the Tyron Smiths, the Zeke Elliott's, even Zach Martin is beginning to get older up there. We need to be able to make that play day one in getting this shit together. We talk about Dak Prescott. He's got to learn better how to read the defenses. He was great against the blitzes, but then defenses learn, hey, we can't blitz this guy. It will kill us. We have to disguise the coverages. And like Des Bryant said, maybe it would be a good idea to sit down with somebody else, another veteran who's been there. Because as good as Pat Mahomes is and all these players are, there's still more that can be learned. You have to constantly evolve. And this is the thing that I say was the biggest mistake that we made in 2016. Scott Linehan, after the 2016 season, we were great at running the football. The offensive line was the Great Wall of Dallas, and they looked at it like, we don't need to change anything. This is our identity. And I remember, was it All or Nothing? That game we played against the Denver Broncos, they're up in the booth, and it seemed like they were surprised that Denver was able to stop the run. And it felt like they didn't know what to do. There was no backup plan. There was no other wrinkles in there. And see, I always believe if you're not getting better, especially in the NFL, you're getting worse. You constantly have to evolve and get better and change some things, because the guys on the other side of the field, they're getting paid to come up with ways to stop you. So what you did last year that worked, they're going to be in a think tank of looking and finding everything about that and counteracting it. And if you go into the season with the mentality of, we're just going to do what we did last year, you will be screwed. And that's what I'm hoping that we're going to do with this team. We're going to be taking another step. We're going to be changing some things up. We're going to be adding some new wrinkles. And we're going to be less predictable. Because in the end, in football, it's not like back in the days before free agency where you could just stockpile and just pay everybody to be on your team. And you could just be physically better. Reality is, everybody is about the same. And you've got to be where they're not. So I hope you guys are all having a great Saturday afternoon. It's actually kind of early, so I don't have a game to worry about today, sadly. I'm going to go back. I'm going to edit that footage from my parents, which is, oh my God, it's great. And do some work in the workshop. And, of course, I'll be talking to you guys. And happy that I'm on this side of the dirt. Hope y'all are having a great day. And I'm happy that the Cowboys can start their planning right now. Peace.